15 most famous UFO sightings in the world. Around the world, UFO sightings are reported with alarming regularity. Does extraterrestrial life really exist? It is a mystery that intrigues us all. Despite our great technological advances, we have yet to prove it. Yet, UFO sightings are reported with alarming regularity around the world. So should we believe in events like the infamous Roswell incident, or reject the notion that we are being visited by beings from other planets altogether? Below is a list of the most well-known UFO sightings in recent times. 1. Light in Greifswald, German Democratic Republic. Thousands of people witnessed an organized formation of 7 lights hovering for 30 minutes in the night sky over the Greifswald nuclear power plant near Pinum ND in 1990. Several witnesses, including a Russian nuclear physicist working at the station, filmed the incident. The incident has drawn a skeptical response from many, despite the fact that the lights appeared to hang in the sky for half an hour inexplicably. One reason given was that the lights were flares fired into the sky by the Russian or Polish Navy. German unification was due to take place 6 weeks later, and some have suggested that this was a diplomatic protest to prevent or delay the union from taking place. 2. Witnesses of Warrenton, South Africa. In 1994, a farmer claimed to have seen what he thought was a small, noisy aircraft traveling at speed across the night sky, accompanied by a larger mother ship. The noise the craft made was compared to that of a helicopter or the engine of a Volkswagen Beetle. 4 other people witnessed the 1994 sighting, which was never properly explained. 3. Kolkata, India. In 2007, an article published in the Times of India quoted several witnesses who claimed to have seen a flying object moving at high speed in the skies over Kolkata. The sighting was reported between 3:30 am and 6:30 am. Eyewitnesses claimed that the object could change its shape from a sphere to a triangle. Experts contacted by the Times of India were unable to explain the phenomenon. 4. Witnessing in Vancouver, Canada. On February 20, 2011, several people in Vancouver reported seeing an object hovering in the sky that emitted green and red lights. However, after viewing the recorded footage, experts concluded that the UFO was actually a kite with LED lights attached. 5. Captain William Schaffner Incident, North Sea. On September 9, 1970, Royal Air Force pilot William Schaffner was flying over the North Sea when he spotted a strange object in front of his plane, hovering over the water in the North Sea. He decided to investigate, but a few minutes later radio contact with Captain Schaffner's plane was lost. Schaffner's plane was later found on the seabed. However, the canopy was sealed shut, and there was no trace of the pilot. It remains one of the most intriguing cases involving so-called UFOs, and as the Telegraph reported at the time, there seemed to be no answer as to what might have happened other than the RAF captain was on a high-altitude target practice mission at night when his plane inexplicably crashed. 6. Berwyn Range Incident, Wales. On the night of January 23, 1974, several villagers living in the Berwyn Mountains in North Wales reported seeing bright lights in the sky accompanied by a very loud noise, although the incident caused a scare. It was later dismissed as a UFO sighting after the British Ministry of Defence confirmed that a falling meteorite created the light, and after hitting the ground, created a subsequent shockwave. 7. Yenikent Complex Incident, Turkey. Throughout 2007, 2008, and 2009, a night watchman at the Yenikent complex named Yeltsin Yelman was able to repeatedly film what many believe to be UFOs hovering in the skies over Turkey. The video footage, now considered one of the most convincing pieces of evidence that alien life exists beyond our world, has emerged. 8. Belgian UFO Wave. The Belgian UFO wave is the term used to describe a series of unidentified flying object sightings that took place in Belgium from November 1989 to April 1990. Thousands of people reported seeing various objects in the sky, triangular in shape with lights attached to their bases. However, at the time, no official photos or videos were released to confirm the event. A photo that emerged in 1990 and was released to the press was later proven to be a doctored photo. 9 lights of Lubbock, Texas. Between August and September 1951, a number of unusual lights were spotted in the sky above Lubbock, Texas. Witnesses described seeing about 20 to 30 lights arranged in a V shape. The incident was one of the first reported UFO sightings in the United States. That same year, the U.S. Air Force investigated the incident and concluded that the lights were caused by a fledgling, a small wading bird. However, this strange explanation was later recanted by the USAF, and no other reason was given. 10. Tehran Incident, Iran. On September 19, 1976, Iranian military forces detected an unidentified flying object in the sky over the capital Tehran. As 2 Iranian Air Force jets approached the mysterious object, the pilots lost radio contact with the ground. As they prepared to fire on the UFO, their weapons systems also failed. Only after leaving the vicinity of the strange craft did they regain full control of their aircraft. 11. Witnessing of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. In 1973, before taking office as President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, governor of Georgia, reported seeing an unidentified flying object. The incident only became public after Carter was in the White House. In the late 1970s, after he was no longer president, the U.S. press used Carter's sighting to open a debate about UFO sightings. 12. Scenes in São Paulo, Brazil. In 1986, 20 UFOs appeared on the radar of the Brazilian military. An Air Force jet was dispatched to intercept them, but the objects eventually disappeared from the screen. Several conspiracy theories have since emerged regarding what was seen, but the general consensus is that the objects were in fact debris from the decommissioned Soviet space station S-Elliot-7, which disintegrated as it fell out of orbit and into Earth's atmosphere. 13. The Roswell Incident. The Roswell Incident continues to capture the imagination of the public and media worldwide. In 1947, 2 men out hunting claimed to have seen U.S. Army personnel recover an alien spacecraft from the desert near Roswell. The U.S. military has denied this to this day. The explanation given by authorities is that the military was involved in a secret mission to recover a surveillance device. 14. The Case of Kenneth Arnold, Washington. In 1947, an American businessman named Kenneth Arnold claimed to have seen several saucer-shaped objects flying over Mount Rainier in Washington state. The objects reported by Arnold were renamed flying saucers, a description he later popularized when he recalled the incident. 15. The Lights of Rendlesham Forest, England. The Rendlesham Forest Incident is the name given to a series of sightings that occurred in 1980 following the alleged landing of an unidentified flying object in Rendlesham Forest. The British Ministry of Defense never considered the incident to be a threat to national security, so the incident was never formally investigated.